Hey guys, in this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to have sex with your friend's girlfriend. 3 steps.
Series speaking or schedule for San Diego Zoo bombing is up next at 1.
Oh my
Footy
god,
is up at the
dude.
main entrance.
Right as we walk next to a cop, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy OreoMan555. So I'm sure you read from the title and the intro of this video what we're going to be doing today. Today we're going to be talking about a famous YouTuber and Twitch streamer known as LukeAFK. He is a omegle trolling and zoom trolling YouTuber, but there are mainly 2 things that sort of separate him from the others. One would be his rapidly fast growth. For comparison, we will compare the analytics and growth as well as most popular videos of 3 famous zoom bombing trolling YouTubers known as TWOMAD, BENOFTHEWEEK, and last but not least, LukeAFK. First, when we confirm and also sort of compare their most viral video, we see that LukeAFK's video is the most viral and is a no-brainer. And when we check YouTube Social Blade analytics, we also see that LukeAFK is without a doubt currently overtaking and beating both of them at the YouTube algorithm. His most popular video, aka Zoom Trolling But I'm a Deep Web Hacker, which currently has 18 million views, is pretty much the most popular and most viral Zoom video on the YouTube platform, beating the likes of FazeRug, who has 18 million subs, and other YouTubers such as the Nelk Boys, who already had a big fan base even before LukeAFK came to rise on the platform. Oddly enough, what's most strange about LukeAFK's past, and what a lot of people don't really know about his past, is that LukeAFK wasn't always a nobody. He was once surrounded by other famous content creators and YouTubers. The most famous one that he knew and used to be friends with, I say used to because there might have been something that went on in their relationship, was actually a IRL streamer named Asian Andy. For those of you who don't know who Asian Andy is a YouTube IRL streamer who basically is part of the CX network, and he's basically friends with Ice Poseidon. Now basically the idea of Asian Andy is not important. Anyway, we're basically just going to talk about his relationship with Asian Andy and LukeAFK sort of being this kind of duo together, because LukeAFK did indeed appear in a lot of Asian Andy's videos. LukeAFK and Asian Andy would first ever collab in a video 3 years ago titled Song Requests in Public Store with LukeAFK. The 2 of them would collab for about 10 more videos until finally on the last collab, which was this January 24th, 2018, LukeAFK and Asian Andy pretty much never really saw each other or really talked openly about one another's relationship ever again. Though the main reason why LukeAFK and Asian Andy stopped hanging out with each other and being friends is unknown, one can conclude that it is the obvious age difference between the 2. When you look up LukeAFK's age on Google, it shows you that he's 19 years old, and when you look up Asian Andy's age on Google, it shows you he's 27. Since the collabs date from 2017 to 2018, one can conclude that at the time LukeAFK was about 15 to 17 years old, and Asian Andy was about 25 to 23 or 26, meaning that Asian Andy was about 8 years older than LukeAFK, which obviously is a very big age difference when you think about it. While this wouldn't sound like a very big deal as long as they were just hanging out, keep in mind that LukeAFK and Asian Andy managed to travel to places not just locally such as San Diego Zoo, they also went to other countries such as Thailand, meaning that occasionally Asian Andy would have to take care and watch over LukeAFK because after all he is a minor, since Asian Andy would need to watch over him as an adult. Another reason the 2 of them may have broken up is because due to the creepy man following them in the incident with a armed weapon, I'm sure LukeAFK's parents were probably worried about his safety and probably didn't want them to hang out anymore, which is a very reasonable reason. After all, the guy was not just armed, but he creepily stalked them in the whole stream. The more probable and more easier to explain explanation is probably that LukeAFK and Asian Andy got into an altercation where basically they got into a fight and then basically decided to cut ties with each other and essentially never really talk or hang out ever again. I think this is the more likely and more possible reason, because I'm sure if Asian Andy's friend, who he used to be friends with, I'm sure if he managed to hit 2 million subscribers, Asian Andy would be willing to acknowledge his milestone and accomplishment. After all, that's what you do when you have friends. You support them in that way. Another cool thing that proves this theory is that when you go to LukeAFK's Twitch chat and you type the words Andy, Asian, or Asian Andy, the moderators will immediately censor out the chat. You won't get chat restricted, because obviously, you know, those aren't like, you know, bad words or anything like that. But basically the moderators won't even send the message in chat, essentially. So you have to like misspell Asian or Andy in order to just send the message, which probably proves that LukeAFK and Asian Andy aren't friends anymore and that they don't like each other. LukeAFK would start his channel on February 9th, 2020. He would post a video about 6 days later on February 15th, 2020. The video was titled, "If I Lose My Virginity, the Video Ends," which is basically just an 11-hour video of him sitting in front of the camera, basically just staring at the screen. Basically, at first, he wasn't really, you know, taking YouTube seriously. He was just, you know, posting random stuff. He was just whatever. And basically, so his next video was a more serious video where he basically was trying to jump on the trend and essentially post videos to, you know, gain an audience. His second video would be titled, "This Simp Paid 9 E-Girls for a Date," parentheses, "How to Date an E-Girl, egirl.gg," which was basically just a video basically for a current trend going on YouTube at the time, where basically whether you played League of Legends, Minecraft, or whatever, it was basically a trend where either YouTubers would basically order e-girls to basically play with them in a game. The problem was, well, at the time, LukeAFK was not very popular, so, and after all, most people who were doing this sort of trend were either having a lot of subscribers, or A, they were really good at the game, and fortunately, since LukeAFK was neither, he was forced to go back to the drawing board. And then he would post his next video, which would end up being his genius success plan. On the date of April 3rd, 2020, LukeAFK would post his first ever Zoom video. At first, it did not necessarily go viral and he did not gain a lot of views, but it basically showed him that it essentially sort of basically told him that everyone wants to watch this sort of content, because he basically noticed that as soon as he posted it, he managed to kind of jump up in views and subscribers, even though it wasn't necessarily by a lot, it was technically by a significant amount. So that's when LukeAFK decided, okay, I'm going to keep posting these and keep making more of these videos. This is when he managed to hit gold by posting his next video titled "Trolling Online Classes for 8 Hours Straight." This was his second Zoom video and was essentially the thing that boosted his career and basically gave him a platform on YouTube. The video basically hit 4.8 million views, which is technically good because at the time that is probably the most amount of views he ever got. When we compare LukeAFK's Zoom videos to other YouTubers' videos, we can clearly see a difference. One is that LukeAFK makes sure that whenever he's making these videos, he makes sure that everyone's laughing and that he's not necessarily being offensive or poking fun at anyone else, while most Zoom YouTubers will kind of just troll and, you know, make people angry and kind of get a reaction out of them, which is kind of like, yes, short term it did benefit their channels, but long term it kind of hurt them more than it did help them. Due to LukeAFK being able to make these sorts of videos with this main goal in hand and intention, his channel was able to dodge massive bullets and massive controversy and also backlash from the YouTube community and also sort of YouTube as a business standpoint. In 2020, a lot of Zoom YouTube channels were also getting screwed over by the thing that managed to get them to rise to fame, because a lot of them were also getting legal action taken upon and also getting sort of forced and also facing punishment from YouTube and also a legal standpoint. Channels such as Jack Doherty, Zolks, Zax, Dom Tracy were all getting sort of investigated and also kind of punished, not only by YouTube as a whole, as well as by a law standpoint. Channels such as Jack Doherty were even forced to delete their Zoom bombing videos, which hurt their channel a lot, considering that the video was basically getting millions of views, so deleting it pretty much hurt their view count by a lot. But this is nothing compared to a YouTuber known as TWOMAD, who pretty much had his whole channel terminated and pretty much deleted off the platform of YouTube because the content that he was sort of posting was, although it was funny, it was also arguably very controversial and not very, like YouTube friendly. So obviously his channel was terminated when they were figuring out that he was consistently doing this behavior over and over again. Fortunately, Dasgasdom was still allowed to keep his second channel, which he is currently growing on, and he's pretty much moved on from Zoom related content and is posting more friendly content and also other content as well. Unfortunately, I believe to this day, YouTube is age restricting and demonetizing some of his videos, which is a very big bummer. Ultimately, LukeAFK was basically able to not only manipulate the algorithm, he was also able to get the side of YouTube as a business and also as a successful partner, and essentially this is what led to his channel growing a lot. Honestly, he is a rather genius and he's able to pretty much post whatever but also avoid controversy from time to time, and that is something that his counterpart friends like Ice Poseidon and Asian Andy could never do. Anyways, I wish his channel the best of luck, and I hope he keeps growing, and I hope he hits 3 million subscribers by this year. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, share. Please if LukeAFK could comment on this video, that would be awesome. Also, if you want to join my Discord server, the link is down below in the description. Anyways, catch you guys later.